We're continuing with 4 minutes of Mishlei. We're up to Perek Tes Vav, chapter 15. I want to focus on Pasuk Tes Vav. Kol Yemei Ani Ra'im. All the days of a poor man are wretched or bad. And then the last 4 words I want to really highlight here. V'tov Leiv Mishdeh Tamid. But contentment, a good heart, or making a party is without an end, or maybe roughly translated, it's good to party all the time. What does that mean? It's good to party all the time. What exactly is Shlomo Melech trying to tell us, to teach us over here? So, it's interesting, many point out that the beginning of Orach Chaim and the end of Orach Chaim are bookended by a similar concept. How so? So the beginning of Orach Chaim, the Ramah, in Siman Aleph, quotes, paraphrasing from the Moreh Nevuchim, he says there's a basic principle, a quality of the tzaddikim and those who are searching after Hashem, to always have the principle of Shavisi Hashem L'negdi Tamid, to always feel that they're in the presence of Hashem. And he goes on to explain that whether you're in public or in private, you're always in front of, in God's presence. At the end, all the way at the last siman in Orach Chaim, Tov Reish Tzadi Zayin, it's an interesting topic. It's talking about Purim Katan, when you have 2 Adars in a year. So there's a dispute in the poskim. What do you do on Adar Rishon, the Purim of Adar Rishon? So one opinion is that it has some of the trappings, some of the character of Purim, but the Ramah writes that's not how we paskin. However, because of this pasuk, he says we don't rule that it has the same status as a day of Adar, that of Purim, like we should make a party. You're not obligated to make a party. However, it's always good to make a party. Tov Leiv Mishdeh Tamid. It's always a good idea to make a party. And therefore, if you want to be machmir on Yud Daled Adar Rishon, go ahead and make a party. What does this mean? So again, like I said, it's bookends of this long book of Orach Chaim, of the ways of our daily life, of every single day. What does the Ramah start with? Or the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramah? Tamid. Shavisi Hashem L'negdi Samid. Hashem's always in front of me. And then the end, Tov Leiv Mishdeh Tamid. Consistency. And somehow we're going to supposed to jive the fact that God is always with me, but it's always good to make a party. So how do we understand this? So I was, yesterday I quoted Rabbi Taub, so I'm going to quote Rabbi Taub again. So I heard him quote it in the name of a few different people, but I think this is the one that's accurate because I looked into it a little bit. He quotes from F. Scott Fitzgerald, who once said, maybe you're nodding, you've heard him quote this one before? Maybe? The mark of a... Yeah, well, maybe you know it. He often quotes this line. The mark of a true philosopher is someone who can defend 2 180-degree philosophies that oppose each other and live comfortably with both of them. That's the mark of a true philosopher. And then he said that the Rambam writes that one of the conditions of prophecy, in order to get prophecy, you have to be besimcha, you have to be happy. So how could Yirmiyahu get a prophecy of the destruction of the temple, of the Churban, and be happy? Wow, it's amazing. How could that possibly be? And he said, the Chazon Ish explains that obviously we don't understand what simcha is. Simcha is not just good to make parties, just ignore the reality, just try to, don't worry and be happy, as the song goes. That's not what simcha is. Simcha is a deep understanding that whatever I go in my life, whatever I do with my life, Shivisi Hashem L'negdi Tamid. Hashem is always with me. In the good moments, in the bad moments, every moment has a purpose. Every moment has a mission, and I can either step up to that mission, step up to the plate, and finally just take advantage of your bases loaded. How many times? But okay. But it was a good game. But you have to step up to the plate in the moment, or you cannot. Every moment, even if it's a difficult one, we always have the ability. We're in Hashem's presence. We always have that ability to tap in to a deeper level of simcha, of understanding that it's not just make a party, but Tov Leiv Mishdeh Tamid. In all moments of my life, I could find that experience of simcha.